By the 1940s, Hitler did a favor for the Jews, that the Jews now were favored by Europe. And because we know in the concentration camps, not only Jews were killed, other races were killed. Romanians, Germans themselves were the main victims of Hitler's campaigns. But the sympathy was for the Jews, and therefore they capitalized on this. And hundreds and thousands of Jews immigrated to Palestine. Why? To increase the population of Jews within Palestine before this illegal entity could be declared, meaning before the state of Israel could be declared. They, of course, held all the politicians in their pockets. You had the likes of Churchill, who initially, many people would be unfamiliar that the Balfour Declaration was written in 1917 by Arthur Balfour, and he wrote it to Lord Rothschild, who was the leading Jewish citizen of Britain at the time. But in 1922, they made modifications which became known as the White Paper. And Churchill led that, where he mentioned that it won't be a Jewish state, there will be what? An Arab majority state with Jewish representation. This was the modification by the British at the time. Then in 1939, in this country, the Parliament of Britain voted in a new White Paper. And then we know the war happened, World War II, or really a European war which drags in the world. And in 1940, what occurred is that Churchill changed his stance on Israel again, and he was pro-Israel and pro-Jewish immigration into Palestine. This then led to, when the end of the war, by 1944 and 1945, when the communists were permitted to enter Eastern Europe, they were permitted. Remember, they entered areas like the areas beyond Berlin, in the east of Germany. When they entered these regions like Prague and other areas, Vienna, they formed a line and they killed thousands of Germans. Thousands of Germans were killed. And then the UK and America and their allies, they formed a line also with the communists, and they permitted thousands of Jewish refugees to leave, to enter into where? Into Palestine, before a Jewish state is formulated.